is Jeopardy! Please welcome our contestants. Player 1. Player 2.
Yeah!
Player 3. And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Trevette.
Thank you, Johnny Gilbert, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Let's take you right now into the Jeopardy round. Clues are worth $200 to $1,000 in these categories. I need more space. Name that century. The New Testament. Letters. State the park's state. And medicine. Player 1, you start us off. At KFC, you can lunch on chicken. At KSC, this place, you can lunch with an astronaut. Let's hear it, Player 1. Yep. You again, Player 1. This Mattel doll became an astronaut in 1965, perhaps inspiring the young Sally Ride. Player 1. That's right. Way to go. Please pick again.
Yeah!
Answer. It's the Daily Double. You are currently in the lead. What are you going to wager? Here is your Daily Double clue. Now available again, Quisp, which has a space alien mascot, is a type of this breakfast food. Congratulations, you're still in first, Player 1. Player 1. This TV series wasn't about the Swiss Family Robinson, but the Space Family Robinson. Player 1. Yes. Player 1. This 1956 film was a sci-fi version of The Tempest. Robbie the Robot was inspired by Ariel. Yes, Player 1. Right. Player 1. Pick again. Ben Franklin flew a kite and invented the lightning rod. Player 2. Yes. A lot of clues. The Impressionists exhibited their paintings for the first time. Player 1. Yep. Player 1. London experienced its deadly Great Fire. Yes, Player 1. That is correct. Player 1. Ferdinand and Isabella of Spain got married and united their kingdoms. It's Player 2. Correct. Where do we begin? Rodent-borne plague killed off a third of Europe's population. Okay, Player 1. Yes. Player 1, make a selection, please. Jesus grew up in this town in the southern part of Galilee. Okay, Player 3. You got it. Player 3. In Luke, this angel told Zacharias that his wife Elizabeth would bear a son, and thou shalt call him John. Player 1. That's correct. Player 1. The book of John records him as saying, "Except I shall see in his hands the print of the nails, I will not believe." Yes, Player 1. That's correct. Player 1. Jesus was referring to this fisherman when he said, "Upon this rock I will build my church." Yes, player 3. Yes. Player 3. On the road to Damascus, this future epistle writer was asked by Jesus, "Why persecutest thou me?" It's player 2. Correct. Player 2. Where do we start? It equals a 2.0 GPA. Okay, player 1. Good. Player 1. It stands for a metric unit equal to about a quarter gallon. Yes, player 2. Yes. Player 2. It's the 21st letter of our alphabet. It's player 2. Right. You get to pick again. In Morse code, it's 3 dots. Yes, player 1? Yes. All right, let's get back. If your trademark application is okayed, you can follow the trademarked item with this letter in a circle. Okay, player 3? That is correct. Player 3, you're in command of the board. Longhorn Cavern State Park. Let's hear it, player 2. Yep. Player 2, San Simeon State Park. Let's hear it, player 3. Yes. Player 3, Manatee Springs State Park. Yes, player 3. Right. Select again. Cumberland Falls State Resort Park. Let's hear it, player 2. Yes. Player 2, Crater of Diamonds State Park. Yes, player 1. Good for you. Okay, let's get back into this. A cold that lasts longer than a week may indicate inflammation of these air spaces in the skull. It's player 2. Right. Where do we begin? Here's Sarah with the clue.
Red blood cells are distorted into a particular shape and don't carry oxygen well in patients with this type of anemia.
Okay, player 3. Right you are. Player 3. Suspect Rocky Mountain spotted fever even in patients from the Carolinas, as it's an area with lots of these critters. Let's hear it, player 3. Hey, you're right. Please pick again. A stent is a tube often used to hold these open, especially the coronary ones. Player 2. That is correct. Here's the $1,000 clue for you. The air puff test, a measure of eye pressure, is used to diagnose this condition. Okay, player 2. That's it. Player 3 is going first in the Double Jeopardy round, which starts after this. We start the Double Jeopardy categories with this one. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and Museum. Vocabulary. Terme d'art. All of me. Take me out to the history game. And country's highest points. Okay, let's get back into this. Player 3, you make the next selection as we continue. As a solo artist, his presenters were ex-bandmates, not the Beatles, but the Traveling Wilburys. Yes, Player 1? Good. Player 1? In 1986, it was Hail, Hail, this 1950s performer, the very first inductee. Let's hear it, Player 2. Yes. A lot of clues. Artists become eligible this many years after their first release. The Beach Boys went in 1988. Springsteen in 1999. Let's hear it, Player 2. Correct. Player 2. This singer is paired with her ex-husband and songwriting partner, Jerry Goffin. Yes, Player 1? Correct. Player 1? Here's Sarah. She'll show you. This singer is paired with her ex-husband and songwriting partner, Jerry Goffin. It's Player 1. Yep. You again, Player 1. The name of this extinct critter comes from words meaning terrible lizard. Okay, Player 3. Good. A lot of clues, This term for a mechanical human comes from a Czech word for forced labor. Let's hear it, Player 2. Good. Player 2, you start. Bumbershoot is Brit speak for one of these. Yes, Player 2. You are correct. Player 2. He's an angel is a metaphor. Smart as a whip is one of these comparisons. Player 3. Right. Player 3. The name of this science is from the Greek for the study of animals. It's Player 1. That's it. All right, let's get back into this. Jugendstil is the German equivalent for this French term for the decorative style of the 1890s. Player 2. That's it. Okay, let's get back. The name of this odd movement, French for hobby horse, was appropriately chosen at random from a dictionary. It's Player 1. You are correct. Where do we begin, Player 1? French term for the technique of placing paper over a relief surface and rubbing with crayon or pencil. Okay, Player 1. Good. Player 1. French for deceive the eye. This technique tricks you into thinking a painted object is real and not two-dimensional. Okay, Player 2. Good. Okay, let's get back. Dubuffet coined this term from the French for to bring together, for works made of bits of things. Okay, player 3. Right. All right, let's get back into this. With some smarts, you'll know this popular name for the third molars. Yes, player 1? Right. All right, let's get back. The body's growth and development are controlled by these substances secreted by the endocrine glands. Okay, player 2. You got it. Player 2. Scoliosis affects the spine. Scleritis affects the sclera, found in this body part. Yes, player 2. That is correct. Player 2. Stick out your tongue and say ah, and this fleshy bit hanging from the soft palate should move upwards. Okay, player 1. You are correct. A lot of clues, a lot of... These proteins found in blood plasma are classified as alpha, beta, or gamma. Okay, player 3. Right you are. A lot of clues, a lot of categories, player 3. It's 1922, and the Black Shirts force King Victor Emmanuel III to appoint this far-right fielder as Prime Minister. Yes, player 1? That is correct. Where do we begin? It's 1649, and this king is looking kind of tired out. Yep, here comes Oliver Cromwell to give him the hook. Player 3? Right. Player 3. It's July 10th, 1553, and this lady will pinch hit for Edward VI, who's been taken out of the game. Cousin Mary is on deck. Okay, player 3. You got it. Please pick again. It's going back, and it's over the 73-mile-long wall built in the 120s AD by this slugger, the Emperor. Player 1? That is correct. Where do we begin, player 1? One of the daily doubles. You are in the lead right now. How much are you going to wait? Okay, here is the clue. It's 1902, and Teddy Roosevelt is putting this junior on the bench, the Supreme Court bench, and he'll be there for 29 years. That puts you even further ahead. Player 1. Pick again. Mount Kosciuszko in New South Wales. Let's hear it, player 3. That's correct. Okay, let's get back. Pico de Teide in the Canary Islands. It's player 2. Right. All right, let's get back into this. Answer? The second daily double. You're in second now, but with an opportunity to catch up a bit. Decide on your wager, player 2. Okay, here is the clue. In East Africa, Mount Kilimanjaro. Hey, you're right. Select again. Phnom Aural. Let's hear it, player 3. Right. And the $2,000 clue? In Central America, Doyle's Delight, not Victoria Peak as was thought. Okay, player 3. Good for you. Good game. All of you will continue on to play Final Jeopardy when we return. Consider your wagers carefully as you think on this category. The social sciences. Please enter your wager. Let's take a look at the last clue. Coined in 1899, this word suggests that things like rivers and boundaries affect nations' foreign affairs. Your response? With that correct response, you will gain. What did you put as your response? And that correct response will add. Did you come up with the correct response? And that correct response will add. You come out ahead as our champion, player 3. Good game. Thank you so much for playing.